Hello and welcome back to Captain of Industry. Oh look, that was just explored a location. So I've been away for a little bit on holiday in the wonderful sunny Menorca. It was gorgeous. It was all inclusive, so I ate and drank my weight in food and drink every single day, and it was amazing. I just watched the end of my last video and I said I'm going to come back tanned and happy and healthy. And well, 2 out of 3 ain't bad. I did manage to get a cold while I was away. So I do have a bit of a coffee thing going on, which if you're a long-time watcher of the channel, you know isn't all that unusual for me. So apologies if I let any of those sneak through during the recording. So what have we got going on? All our manufacturing going, that's looking pretty good and pretty healthy. We've got concrete production up and running to get our concrete slabs, which is looking good after we fixed the belt issue that I missed last time. Our ship's just gone off and explored something. Our beacon's paused because we don't have any spare housing, but we do have a few free workers, but not a lot, so that's something for us to look at as well. Research is ongoing, that's looking good. Our trucks aren't too busy, so that's looking good. So couple of things we need to do first of all. I was just reading through the comments that I've missed whilst I've been away, and I apologise for not responding to any of them. I will get around to it. I've been back off holiday for a few days now, but I've mentioned before that work has been crazy, and it just continued to be crazy. Like I started work with like just 2 hours of meetings after being away for like 10 days. And it was hell. I did not enjoy it very much, and it hasn't really stopped since then. But I will try to get around to looking and responding to your comments as soon as I can. But somebody requested to have a digger named after them, so this one here is going to be now named after Malachi, if I can spell that correctly. 7729 Malachi. You are now what did I call the diggers? Picker-upper-doos? Carrier-doos? Picker-upper-doos? I don't know. But you're now a digger, and we also had someone requested the ship be named after them. The ship is currently away, but when it comes back, I will endeavour to remember that. Do not forget that. So what have we got going on? Location explored. Off. We got cargo ship technology. Awesome. We've discovered a damaged cargo ship. That's very useful, although we haven't discovered the oil rig as of yet. So, you know, small things, one step at a time. Do we have enough to go and explore this? We do. You go off and do that. Ship. We don't really care about any of that. We've got a lot of that to go. We need to discover the oil rig, so that's yet to come. We need to build a boiler and connect it to a pump, so we need to get some proper power on the go as well. Wait, no, that's a coal power plant. Oh, of course it is, yeah, because I was thinking it's a steam power plant, but it burns coal to get that. So that's something we'll look at doing today. The other thing we need to look at doing is actually getting more ore sorters around. They use 6 workers, so we should have enough workers to cover that. At the very least, I think we need one down here to stop our workers, our trucks having to bring limestone. If they're carrying nothing but limestone, like these trucks are, they will wait until they can drop it off into a specific limestone storage. But if they pick up a bit of a mixed bag, it has to go to the ore sorter, which is all the way up here, and that's no good for us at all, is it? Although it seems to be coping for the moment, so maybe that's something we'll leave as like a bit of a something to do later on. Power is, ooh, it's hovering around. It's hovering around. So let's think about getting some more housing down first of all. Let's do that. We only really have one spot we can pop it in, which is like here, because I'm not going to build it that close to the coast. There are some trees in the way there. We've got the waste collection in the way there. We're not going to put it that close to the farms, so we're just going to pop it there for now. And we are going to unpause that. We are going to unpause that, because we're now down to 2 free housing capacity, which is no good for us. So let's look at power first of all, and that seems like a good thing to start with. It also is going to reduce our reliance on burning diesel, and our diesel is ticking down severely, actually severely. So let's get on that pretty quick sharp. Is this all? You're waiting for coal. Is that your coal input there? Yes, I haven't left a lot of room there. I did notice a comment from someone saying that I build things too cramped. I thought I was actually building things a bit too uncramped. Like I would have liked to push this all up a bit. I think I mentioned that in the last video. But yeah, I may have done myself a disservice here, I suppose. Let's... Yeah, because we are going to need... Let's get loose storage in. Let's pop that here. Let's see if we can squeeze this... Well, not quite. If I move that back a little bit. You just did it. You just did it. You are being very annoying right now. That's because that's 2. Okay, I see. Well, what we can do, simple solution to that problem, put it on the other side. Flippy flip. Nope, rotatey rotatey. Let's pop that. We're probably going to need, well, if we do have more, if we just leave one space, that should be fine. Why has that gone up there? I don't need you to go up there. What if I just do it like this? It won't go past there because of that connector. I think that's the problem, isn't it? I'm aware that I've blocked off that output pipe there. I'm not too concerned about that. Let's make that coal. Let's unpause that, and that. Can we unity that, and that? Yes, we can. And let's say we want a little bit of coal in there all the time. Because right now our diesel production is stalled by not having any coal. Is that coal? That is coal. We don't have a lot of coal. But I do have coal diggers going. That's because you're specifically looking for rock. So we only really have one coal digger. And you're looking for rock. So we can take rock and turn it into... That's the rock, isn't it? So it goes into this one, which turns it into gravel, which goes into here and turns it into manufactured sand. So something I could do, something that someone suggested in the comments, was just making something actually dig up sand. That's probably not a bad idea. So let's get another digger. Let's get a couple of those on the go. I don't have enough of something to unity that. What am I missing? Not diesel, is it? No. Iron? No, I've got lots of iron. Why can't I unity that? Why can't, if I've got all the parts there, and I've got the iron, and I've got the diesel, why can I not unity that? Not sure. Our ship's just come back, so I'll remember to rename that shortly. I'm going to give this a higher priority, because we do need that coal coming in, like yesterday. If you wouldn't mind, thank you very much. Because diesel is getting incredibly low. We still can't unload because the shipyard is full, but we do need to rename the ship to Fang YouTube. I do have this told to keep empty, but it's just not taking this stuff out. I can make this a higher priority, I guess. Let's do that. Let's make this a 7, just to try and get that stuff out of there when we can. So, first things first then. So we got this should be on the go. Yeah, they've already delivered that. Can I unity it now? I don't know why I can't unity that. I'm really not too sure. Let's get another mining tower. And I remembered where that was. And let's pop this one down. Should I put it right at the back here? I don't think it matters too much, does it? We've got nothing to give it at the moment. What we dumped here is fine. Let's unpause that. Should we just unity it? And unity that. Fine, let's unity that. If we edit your area, and that's largely fine. I might just expand it to cover the whole beach. Why not? There we go. You now have that whole area to go. It does mean we're going to need to tell this to also do sand. It's getting a bit silly now, isn't it? It's getting a bit silly now. Is that digger on the go? Yes, it is. It's building the digger, so we'll get that going very soon. Which means these take sand directly, don't they? So if I do sand and slag crushed, I'll make that a higher priority one. And then let's think, I need to connect it to this belt here, don't I? And I could do with giving that a filter, really. Where are we looking? We're looking here. So we're looking for loose. A U-shaped balancer uses 20 kilowatts. I can't place it there. Why can I not place you there? So I can't put balancers over the top of existing belts, perhaps? Okay, so we'll put you there. We'll get rid of that and we'll unity that. We need some storage. We're going to want loose storage. We'll flip that around and that's going to have to go up a little bit. So let's pop that one like here. See if that's enough to get up there. It is. Excellente. So this is going to be sand and we want this to be kept relatively full. Let's just unity all of this and this. Thank you. And then this we can connect into there. And this we can connect into there. Let's unity that and that. And then this, we want this in, the sand in, to be the priority. So if there is any sand, it'll prioritize putting the sand into here first, and they will use the sand up before they start using up the crushed rock. And then once that's up and running, we can think about telling these, not these, but some of these over here to stop focusing on rock, because we've got a few of those. So that'll be something. We should have that digger now, should we? Where's my digger? We're still waiting for... Let me unity it. For the love of all that is holy, let me unity it. Where is my diesel production? Well, my recording software crashed. Isn't that wonderful? I think I called it quite early on. So I think the only thing I did was I looked over here and I was looking at the coal, which is finally coming in. So we're finally making a bit more diesel, which is... Ooh, that is good, because that's a problem for us. That's a problem for us. This is not enough space for output, which is fine. I wanted to make sure that wasn't going to be using the diesel up. The diesel is going to go to the power. Our power is pretty much tapping out, however. I was wondering why our digger isn't there yet, and I was wondering why I can't. I did have to have a quick look at the research to see if there's something I've missed to allow me to unity that, but I couldn't see anything. So I don't know what I'm missing, and it's just stopping that from working. Wood storage is continuing to fill up quite rapidly. You can start looking at iron ore as well. No, we're okay for iron, aren't we? No, I take that back. You carry on looking for rock for the moment. You carry on looking for rock. You're doing a good job. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have changed you. Yeah, power. Power is the next thing we need to worry about, isn't it? So let's have a little look at power while we're waiting for the digger to be built then, shall we? I missed the power thing completely. So what do we need for power? I did put something down here to remind me, didn't I? Yes, we can get rid of this now. That's no longer necessary. So let's think about what we're going to need for this. We're going to need a boiler. Bloop. That's going to go somewhere like that. The boiler outputs 48 steam and some exhaust. 48 steam can do... Oh, I don't know what the numbers are. The turbine first, isn't it? So we can have 2 turbines. And they connect together like that, if I remember correctly. That then goes into a flywheel, and I think it's like a 2 to 2 to 2, is it? So what does this produce? 6 megawatts. Oh no, it's these first, yes. So we can do 4 of these. That produces 6 megawatts, and these use 3 each. So that's what we can do there. And then we've got the flywheels, and I don't remember if there's a specific... I think it's sort of like 1 for each of your boilers. So I think it's going to look something like that. We can move that so it is lined up a little better there. It needs water and it needs coal to work. Coal comes from over there. Our water source is there. We have another water source there. Oh, we have a storm coming in. Ooh. How's diesel looking? Terrible. Absolutely terrifyingly terrible. This, I mean, like, super high priority. Like, do it. Do it. It's more important than anything else right now. Although saying that, why aren't you... Not enough oil in that. Why not? There's 3 of those which do 20, so it should be absolutely fine. Should be absolutely fine. Well, the sooner we can get this built, the better, right? So let's get this up into here. Let's get this connected to here like that. We need some waste. We're going to need a smokestack. So we're just going to directly connect there. We need coal. So let's get a store for coal. And we're going to need water coming in as well. And then these output low-powered steam, which we currently cannot do anything with. So we're going to need another... I think the smokestacks can get rid of low-powered steam, can't they? Yes. How much do you do? 24, and you can do 60 low-powered steam? Yeah, so just one will be fine for you. That's fine. So something like that, plus the water input. I don't want to try to... Shall I build it up here, closer to this water, so we're using both water sources? Or shall I build it down here? I'm tempted to build it up here. And we'll build another... Well, it's not very flat up here, though, is it? That's the thing. So I suppose it just about fits there, right? Then the water's there, but that's not too much of a problem. How much water does it take? 48. And a groundwater pump produces 48. Excellent. Okay, let's thread the needle between these trees. So something like that. How much of that can we Unity? Almost all of it except the water pump. That's insanely frustrating. That's insanely frustrating. Can we make this a very high... Not that. Go back to where you were. Can we make this a very high priority, please and thank you. This also needs to have coal assigned, and we need this to have coal all the time. Let's leave it there. And we're going to make this a higher priority as well. We also didn't have enough to build this, because we need construction parts Mark II. Why is our power generation... Oh, because it's counting this towards our power generation, although it's not currently able to produce any power. It's fine, I suppose. That's fine. Oh, we finished building that house, so let's unpause the beacon. It'll also bring us in a few resources. I don't suppose you've been refilled, have you? No, because that would be crazy, because we've got no diesel. This is a major problem for us. Is that because all of our diesel... So we're using 9 diesel in those, but this is making 27. So it's just the refueling, I'm pretty sure. Yes, it's just the refueling. It's causing us problems, which is understandable. We've got a lot of stuff to refuel. I probably want to think about getting extra tanks around for all these things to actually... Let's get rid of that. So they can refuel themselves, but, you know, one thing at a time. Did we ever get that digger? Because it's still waiting on diesel, because we never have enough diesel. Is that because the diesel isn't in there? Yes, we have 30 diesel, but not in our actual diesel storage. Where is the diesel? That's a good question. That's a good question. Let's just speed everything up for a moment so we can try and get some of this stuff done. We're having a bit of a power problem. That's fine. None of these actually take power, I don't think, but let's... I can't actually pause the flywheel. Let's pause these anyway, just in case. That also gives us a better indication of what our usage is. Construction parts we were low on. That's because I'm keeping so many back in here. So although we do have a lot of excess that it can use. Did we ever get the upgrade to the assemblers? I can't see an upgrade button, so I'm guessing not. No, we did get assemblers Mark II, so we probably want to think about upgrading our assemblers at some point. Where's the upgrade button? Oh, it is an assembly Mark II. Oh, hilarious. We've already upgraded them to assemblers Mark II. Excellent. Well, that's good. That's good. We don't have the smelters Mark II, do we, or anything? No, not yet. That's fine. That's fine. We have an air separator. which just makes oxygen and nitrogen. But I think we need that for steel, which I think we did research. I think I saw that pop up somewhere. Yes, the oxygen furnace to turn molten iron into molten steel, and the cooled caster to turn molten steel into steel. That is something we're going to want at some point. We don't currently have a need for steel, so I'm not in a massive rush for it. We are just waiting for... We're still waiting for these. I need to unpause that. That's something I need to do. So all the construction parts Mark II are going over here at the moment. That's fine. Oh, we actually have our digger, so let's get... Oh, we haven't actually told it where to dig yet. Let's do that. Mining designation. I'm a little hesitant to start digging straight there, so I might sort of start digging... What if we just say, if we flatten this... Does that all count as 5? It all pretty much does count as 5, doesn't it? And that's going up. Hilarious. Let's get rid of that, please. There we go. So if we do like that, and then we flatten it, and then we just come in like this. Yeah, that'll do for the moment. So you're going to get a digger, you're going to get a couple of trucks for now, I guess. And that'll start getting us some sand. That means they do have to take the sand all the way over here, which is a bit of a pain, isn't it? But it'll do. The limestone's there and the sand's there. What are you going to do, right? Someone's going to have to start driving it around. Diesel is actually going up a tiny, tiny fraction. We have a little bit of diesel in store. That's something. That's something. Does that mean you've been refilled? You're getting there, slowly but surely. We're still waiting for these bits over here. Do we have enough to unity that? We do. This one, I do not have the ability to... Oh, because you can't unity groundwater pumps. Because some people abused that situation. We have completed the coal power plant goal, though, so we've got something for that. Didn't see what it was. It's fine. We'll figure it out. All of these have filled up, which is lovely. Although this currently isn't actually being used for anything. Do pipes... Yeah, pipes require maintenance now. Otherwise, I'd consider just pumping that, like, directly up here, but... I guess I'll just leave it as, like, an emergency water store for now. I think that's what we'll do. We have 88 of those now, so we have enough to build these. So does anyone want to come in and build this? Because I cannot unity it. We're not building anything else, are we? It's just the fact that trucks are super, super busy at the moment, which is, as always, very expected. Okay. If we could get this powered thing done, that would be amazing. Because right now that's on a priority 5, and that's just burning our diesel away as quick as you like, and I'd like to stop that if we can. And let's start storing that diesel up for more useful purposes, shall we? Shall we? Our digger's over there. It is looking good. It is already filling up this truck with sand. That is wonderful. It might be worth just putting a sand store over here. Let's think about this a second. If we put sand storage there, and then we said you export to this, and you're going to be sand. At least this truck will only have to go to here. Other trucks can pick up the slack, but this one then will only have to go to there. And let's say we'll keep that, I'll just keep it empty, I suppose, right? Let's do that. At least the truck that's doing this will only have to go to there then, rather than all the way down. We've got pipes 2. Awesome. Construction 3 is there, but I don't think we're able to research it. No, I should be able to. So why is that? Oh, it is going up now. Okay, that's fine. We just need to get this refilled so we can go off and explore. Has it got enough to explore as is? Can you go and explore something? Can you go and explore this? Are you moving? You are. Excellent. Off you go, Fang. I had to double check the name as I said that to make sure I got it right. Whoop, whoop. And I did. How is food doing? 32 months. That's fine. Housing is fine. We have some new refugees who have brought us some goodies. They brought us some diesel. You little legends, you. You absolute little legends. That's gone straight into there, I'd imagine. Or does it go automatically into the diesel store? Looks like it goes into the diesel store. That's fine. Has this all been built? Oh, it has. Okay, right. Let's unpause all of that. And then we'll make this. So what counts as the actual... What counts as the actual priority over here? So let's make this, if the other ones are 5, let's make all of this a 4. And I wonder if I... Oh, it does copy it across all of them. So they are now all a priority 4. And I'm going to make this a priority 4 as well, just because it's part of the system. It's part of the system. So this should be... That's sort of working anyway. Coal is doing okay. So we now have this running, which should now be... Just double check these definitely were a 5. Yeah, so these are no longer running because they don't need to, because we have enough power being picked up by that power generator up there. So now our diesel should actually be stored, so our diesel problem should be sorted. Maintenance is tickling down. Where do I see the actual, like... That's it. Consumption has gone up slightly. It's not a lot. It's just gone up to 94, so maybe we're okay for that. How much do we have here? We've used almost half of that oil store. Do we have more oil anywhere near? We have a little one up there. We might have to move our oil up there if we don't discover that oil rig pretty darn soon. We have explored this location. Yes. Yes, you little legend. It is the oil rig. Wonderful. So to repair that, we need 120. Mark II parts. So we're not far off. We need to do that. And what about the ship? What does the ship take? 240 iron. We've got loads of that. Let's start repairs on that. Which means this needs to fill up with those Mark I construction parts. It has started unloading some of its stuff, which is nice. Diesel is looking okay as well. And it should now be loading that, which is fine. And I don't think we have anything here, do we? Not as of yet, no. That's fine, that's fine. You just do you. You do you. Okay. So the one thing I do need to figure out, because I was thinking about this at some point, it occurred to me. I'd been talking about the... Where are you? The shipyard as being what we'd need to build, which is why I made this so big. But it's not the shipyard we need, is it? It's a different kind of dock. Where is it? Because are they called different things? Cargo ships. Yeah, the cargo ships don't dock against the shipyard. They dock on something else. If I just do a search for dock, we'll just get the trading dock. What is it? What is it? Oh, we found the oil rigs. We got a reward for that. I didn't look at what it was. Again, but we got something. Where on earth? Maybe, have I not researched it yet? It's not the trade-in dock, because it won't let me build another one of those because it's unique and already exists. Obviously, it's not in transports. It's not in vehicles. It's not in terraforming, or it's not going to be in surfaces. Where is it? Search is down there for that. Ship dock repair. Is it something I don't have yet? I'm just trying to look at all the little icons and seeing if I've missed something. Cargo depot. There it is. There it is. Cancel that. Do the cargo depot. That's what we want. We need that. We need that. What else is there? Advanced diesel gives us... Oh, we want advanced diesel probably before we start looking at that as well. And then maybe gas combustion. Where's the electric boiler? I think that's new. I don't remember seeing that before. Just uses electric to make steam. Doesn't tell you how much. 4.5 megawatts. I mean, that sounds like a lot. It sounds like a lot. I don't know if that's going to be beneficial for us. Let's not worry about that quite yet. Okay, anyway, the cargo depot is on its way, which is the main thing. And as soon as we have the cargo depot down, we can see if we could fit it in. It might fit there. It might do. We'll find out. There's a little truck there just dropping off some goods. That's excellent. What are we not getting a lot of here? Electronics? Oh no, that is full. It's just waiting for it to make stuff. Okay, so we are doing okay there actually. It's not a lot in store, but there's enough. That's fine. Do it. Let's go get that repaired whilst we can. And as soon as that's done, we now have 240. So we'll start that as well. I was talking about bringing it in there, but if the oil's coming in there... We've got nowhere to do diesel generation there, so I don't really want that there. I wonder if I could fit it in up here. I wonder if this is going to be smooth enough. Let's get that researched and find out. Because that's, yeah, I think up there, and then having our diesel oil production facilities up here. Because the other one's there as well. So I'll probably just leave this one as like an emergency power and rubber production, and then I'll pause this. I'll do something, I don't know yet. Anyway, we've delivered it to the cargo ship. That's awesome. So we now have a cargo ship. We just don't have anywhere to dock the cargo ship currently. So what does it say for this now? Oh, it's just still constructing it. Excellent. We now have a cargo ship. There it is. It shows it up there. One of one. I don't know if I mentioned this before. The other thing I also want to look into the comments, people were really not happy with how much I was moaning about the UI in the first video, and I get it. Every time I started saying something, I thought to myself, dude, shut up. I know it was going on about too much, but it was just very different. It took me a while to get used to it. There are some things I really like about it. So one thing I haven't really talked about is if we look at something over here, you can click on... If you right-click on one of these items, if you right-click on concrete slabs, it tells you where you produce concrete slabs, where you use concrete slabs, and you can click on these things, and you can say, oh, construction parts, what do I do there? And there is some ways that it not shift-click, control-click? Yeah. So if I control-click that and put it down, it puts it down with the recipe for the thing I just clicked on. Really like that. Massive fan of that. Something else that it does, which I don't think it did before, is if you click this button here, it shows you the area the tower is controlling, which may not seem like a big thing right now when all of the stuff that we're digging up is right next to the mine control towers. But later on, when we've taken care of this and we're using this tower to do something all the way over here, it gets very confusing to try and figure out what it is these towers are actually doing. Oh, trust me, I've been there before. So you are both full of sand and you have nowhere to take sand. Hello. I see what I did there. I see what I did there. So because they were told to keep it completely empty, the trucks were not delivering sand there at all. That was a mistake on my part, wasn't it? But now, that is no longer a thing. You, though, where... Woo, laddie, hold on. Are you a... Oh, you're a cargo... You're a diesel truck. That's fine. Where has your truck gone? Or you were just there. So you should just be going there, dumping it off and coming back, and then someone else is going to collect the sand. They're going to put the sand over here, and the sand is going to go into these, although I never told this one that it can do this. Hilarious on my part. So they should now be using sand if sand is available, which it is a little bit, making the concrete blocks out of sand rather than the crushed rock turned into manufactured sand, which should save our rock. So at that point, we can definitely tell you to focus on iron ore. We've already done the coal one. They're both focusing on that. And I only have one digger up doing copper. I only have one digger up doing copper anyway, so that's fine. And over here, this is looking hunky-dory. I'm really happy I've got this up and running. I feel like when I did my previous playthrough, I'll say playthrough, my previous season, let's call it, that felt like quite a late thing for me to do. So I'm quite happy we've got there already. Really need this to be done sooner rather than later. There's not a lot I can do to speed it up, really. What's the optional output of recyclables? Food is going down a tad. It was on 33 when I last looked. Mild pain, but not the end of the world. And trucks are doing wonderful over there. I'm guessing those two other trucks we had have finished. Yes, they have. We need to... Oh, we've already done that. You... Nope, you need to click on your home to bring your ship home. Let's bring the ship home. We have plenty of these now. Does that actually mean that's full? It does. It's not a bad thing. I don't mind these things filling up at the moment. Maintenance is tickling down. Are we going to have to get another maintenance up and running? It uses 12 and 6. That is the storage. So we're making... Yeah, we're making more than enough electronics. And it was 12 mechanical parts, which are here. We've got 3 of those, which are making 12 each. So we've got more than enough of those as well if we needed to stick another one on, which we might just need to. It's just not happy, is it? Coal is also not happy. I think we're going to get another digger on coal. Let's get another digger. Oh, I can Unity an outlet. And let's get in a couple more trucks as well. We've got more refugees. Hooray! We don't have a lot of housing, so we're going to pause the beacon. We are down to 9 free spots, but we have so many free workers. It is crazy. We're not going to need any more refugees for a little while, I suspect. You're doing fine. You're only going to need the 1 truck. That's absolutely fine. I wonder... Oh, hold on, you. Hold your horses. Not housing and services. Where did I see it all before? Buildings? No. Okay. Where has it put? Cargo docks. So we have a cargo depot. Excellent. Where can we build? Can we build it? Oh, we can build it up here. Oh, that makes me quite happy. So the game still does this thing where, so if I come down here, it won't let me build here. It says it's just not quite flat enough. It needs to be in the ocean. It's just not happy about something, right? If I come over here, it can be built. You can kind of trick the game as long as you keep it in roughly the right place. You can kind of trick the game into letting you build where it didn't want to before. You can sort of see what I mean, although it's not working. Oh, there we go. See, I can bring it down there, and I almost had that. I just want to see if I can build here. No, why can't I build there? Is that just too high, maybe? It might just be too high to build a dock on. That's maybe a future me problem. Anywhere else we can build this? Not really, by the look of it. Where is the oil? The oil's right up there, so I might try and fit this in at this end then. Literally, this is the only place I can build it over here, isn't it? And if I'm going to build it over here, I want it built on sort of one of the extremes. maybe they have fixed that because it's not actually letting me place it. Yeah, I think it's going green, but I can't, as soon as I try and click it there, it won't actually let me place it. Okay. Okay, so it looks like that has been somewhat fixed. I guess let's just put it there then. It's not ideal. And what we'll... My cat's just coming in, immediately started whining. What we'll do is we will... dumping designation, we're going to get rid of all of that for now. What are you immediately complaining about? No jobs. Oh, wow. What a life of luxury you're leading, my friend. If we come over here, what level is this? This is 4 as well, so it's not a height thing. So I'm just going to do like just a little... It's like, how big are these? 1, 2, 3, 4. So they're 4. You're going at a silly angle. Let's stop that. So if we do 5 just for safety, we might be able to squeeze another one in there. If not, we might have to do a bit of dumping there and move this one at some point, but that's fine. We do need that. What does it take? 40 and 100 slabs. Yeah, that's fine, actually. I'm just going to... Should I make a unity it? I'm going to unity it. Why not? Right, why not? We then need to get this. That's on the go. Has this picked up all the components? No, because I haven't told it to load the ship. Let's load the ship, please, and thank you. It's full of diesel, so that's fine. Diesel's actually looking happy. So let's go around and let's pop in some... Let's get rid of all that overlay. Let's pop in some diesel storage. Oh, I actually can't get rid of it. Must be a way of getting rid of that. Where are all they're all around there. So let's just pop this in like here. And pop another one in up here. We'll do another one over here. And then another one down here. And then we're going to have to go around to all of these and tell them to keep them a little bit full. And unpause all of them. And this is just so our diggers don't have to drive halfway across the world just to refuel. We do have the refueling trucks, of course. And how many trucks do I have assigned to that? Just the one. That's not too bad. I think do we just get diesel? Cargo depot has no available module. Yes, that's fine. How is this going in terms of loading? Go, repair the oil rig for me, my friend. So this has a diesel input. That'll have to be manually done for the moment. What we need to put over here is some fluid modules. No. Oh, because they go on that end. Ha! Hilarious. I'm going to put 2 fluid modules there. We're going to unpause those. Those are going to pick up diesel for us. Excellent. Excellent. So where are we now? We've got steel and we've got diesel. Advanced oil production is the next thing we have. We have distillation stage 1, distillation stage 2. So let's have a little look at this. How are we doing for time? I don't know because the game crashed. And I don't know at what point it crashed. That's fine. Yep. That's fine. We'll have the oil rig soon enough. Do I have to tell these they're going to be oil? Of course I do. But I can't select a product at the... Wait. Loose modules. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Not loose modules. Fluid modules. Please and thank you. I can't unity that one. So these, yeah, they're already set to crude oil because it's the only thing we have available. So that's a nice little thing that it does that. So as soon as that's up and running, the ship's gone off and it's going to come back in a moment. This is currently paused. Why are you paused? So it doesn't have anywhere to deliver stuff, but you do now. So we can unpause this. And that will now produce 60 crude oil for us. This can be upgraded as well, which takes 200 Mark II construction parts, which isn't the end of the world. But this does have a million, is that? A million crude oil. Excellent. You go explore over there. Just carry on exploring, my friend. So when there is enough crude oil available at the oil rig, this cargo ship will go off and collect that crude oil. It will bring the crude oil back here. And we're going to need some storage for that. So let's get some fluid storage. It's not quite wide enough to fit on both of them, is it? But there we go. So we'll do that. We'll set this to be oil and you to be oil. Now at some point this will expand. You can make the cargo dock bigger and you'll get an extra 2 modules. We don't have that option right now. Let's just get that built. And then let's think about what we're going to do with this. So what do we have over here? We have a distillation stage 1. Let's start with that, shall we? So distillation stage 1 only has a single recipe. It takes crude oil, it takes steam, and then it produces medium oil, heavy oil, and sour water. If we come over here to our steam production briefly, so this produces 48 steam, and this uses 48 steam. So we're going to need another steam production over here. So that's fine. We shall put a boiler in. And this isn't where it's going to go. This is just me sort of thinking about how this is all going to fit together. So let's pop this in here. Oops. Like that. I'm already thinking we want to flip this building around. Like that, so the sour water can come off and go wherever it needs to go. It'll be at height 5, so let's just do that straight away. And that'll go off and be dumped somewhere. It takes crude oil in from this end. Oh, that's a bit of a pain, isn't it? That is a bit of a pain. Okay. Well, we'll think about that in a second. What's next? So we've got steam coming in. This makes 48 steam, and this uses 6. Okay, well, there's a lot of steam being produced for not a lot at the moment. So anyway, distillation stage 2 uses medium oil. It uses 48 medium oil. This produces 48 medium oil. So we can have one distillation stage 2, which would go about here. And that would go into there. And then this would go into here. So now we also have heavy oil, sour water, diesel, and light oil. There's not a lot we can do with all of that at the moment, unfortunately. So we will just probably have to dump it for the moment, I guess, which is not ideal. Oh no, but you can burn. Hold on. In the gas combustion? Is it in the gas combustion? In the gas combustion, we can use the heavy and light oil, and we can burn that rather than the water. So this is where it starts getting... Oh, it starts getting a bit tricky now. So let's move this a little bit further back. Because we are going to need a balancer in here, a fluid pipe balancer. That's going to go... Can't connect directly to a building. That's fine. We'll put it there. We'll pop this one back another tile. Like that. And then when that's built, we'll have a gas combustion, which is going to come in somewhere over here. And then that will be the priority input. This will be the secondary input. Okay. So is that pretty much it for now? I guess it is, isn't it? So I'm not making sulfur at the moment, so we can't do anything with that. We still have to use our coal. Can't really do anything with the cracking unit. Okay. Let's get rid of that one for the moment. Let's get rid of these pipes for the moment. That could probably come a little bit closer. Can I just directly connect them? I might just directly connect them. It's like a 1-to-1 ratio, isn't it? 48, 48. Yeah, okay, let's just do that. And then let's take all of this and flip it around so the oil production is there. Then let's put that about there. I might also want to get this little bit on the go as well and start piping that down. It's a big pipe. It's going to take a lot of maintenance, but it might not be the stupidest thing I've ever done. Might not be. Who knows? We've got no research on the go, which is obviously a problem for us. We could get extra vehicles. We could get some more edicts. Is there anything I haven't done over here? Just the stacker. I'm not really bothered about the stacker. There's the ship, well, storage 2 and food market 2, I guess we'll go. Because that can then hold multiple types of food, which is the problem we had before, wasn't it? And then we're going to have to start thinking about doing construction 2, which is going to use steel. To make construction parts? Do we want to use steel to make construction parts? That seems incredibly wasteful. We'll have a think about that afterwards, but we're going to have to do that at some point. The electric boarder, I don't think we need. The settlement power is probably useful. Logistic zones probably will be useful, but not right now. The burner we might need sooner rather than later, so let's actually put that in there. And then we'll start doing that then. Yeah, that's fine. So they're now dumping over there. That's fine. So we have the gas boiler, which isn't in here. Oh, it's there. So we have a gas boiler. How much does this produce? 60 exhaust. So it's going to need its own. We still only have the small smoke. We do have a large smokestack now. So we could use a large smokestack here. Pop that one in there. Get rid of that little bit of pipe because it's going the wrong way. Do that. Make this the priority input so it'll use the steam from this first, rather than using up our precious coal reserves. We are going to need a coal store, however. So let's pop that in. We'll pop it there for the moment, but we might have to think about whether that's a sensible place for it, if it needs to be put slightly further to the side. So that's going to be coal. We need that to be kept just a little bit full, if you wouldn't mind. Obviously, we need to bring water in as well yet from over here. That's a problem for them in a minute. We'll give this its own pipe, shall we? No. Because they don't use a large amount. Let's keep the outputs on the balance of 3, shall we? So diesel is just going to go straight into diesel storage. And give it just a tiny bit of room. And then we're going to need 2 fluid storages. One for light oil. No, I think so. Heavy and light, right? One for heavy, one for light. Light oil, heavy oil. We will be using these later on, but right now we do not have an option for that. And then can we just pipe this in over here? Did I do those the right way around? Light goes into light. I think I did. Excellent. And I didn't tell you to be diesel, so let's do that. It's quite contained. I like the fact that it's quite square. That's quite nice. And then what we'll do over here is if we connect this one in here, and this one, if we bring this over, now that seems a bit weird, but there is a reason I have done that. We could have just flipped this around. Would that make any difference? I don't think so. There is a, oh, but then can I can. Okay, that's the main thing. So the reason I have done that, let's pop that there. The reason I have made sure there is a connector here, directly where the boiler is fluids cannot share pipes. So if we come over here, we might see a nice little example of a belt sharing its space. Not particularly, because it's all got a bit backed up. That's fine. Is that because we're full of concrete slabs? That's a great place to be. Yeah, so a belt can contain sand and manufactured sand at the same time. Obviously, they'll be spaced out accordingly, and they will get fed into the machine in the order they're on the belt, but the belt can contain multiple products at once. The way pipes work, however... Where are we? All the way up here now. The way oh, you were dumping stuff. Wonder where you were going. The way pipes work is a segment of pipe, and you can see this counts as one segment, for example, can only have one fluid in at a time. So if this is pumping out light oil goes into the pipe here. Until that light oil has traveled completely through the pipe and reached its destination, if we had something else connected in here, if we had some heavy oil connected in there, for example, the heavy oil couldn't move through that pipe until the light oil has made its complete journey to the end. So there is one way you can sort of minimize that a little bit. So if we do that, you can now see that this section of pipe is just this bit. It doesn't continue past the connector. So we've now split this pipe into two. So if we now had light oil coming in here, traveling through this pipe, we couldn't have any heavy oil coming into this pipe whilst the light oil is in this bit. But as soon as the light oil has reached here, the heavy oil could start moving through this bit. So one little sort of hack, if you like, one little way of jimmying your way around it, is if you split a pipe into lots of little segments, you can somewhat get away with feeding multiple products through it at once. Now counts as one pipe again, but it's got this stupid thing here, but I guess that's fine. That's not too much of a concern right now. So obviously that's... Cargo ship's low on fuel. Okay. Fine. I guess we'll pipe the diesel straight into there at some point, but for now that's just going to be what it is. It's got just trucks have got a long way to come and deliver your fuel to you. Let's just tell that to be kept a little bit full at the moment, because we should have lots of diesel ish. Anyway, so pipes cannot have two mediums in them at the same... Medium's the wrong word because we want medium, light, heavy oil. They cannot have two types of liquid in them at the same time. However, connectors can. So if you put a connector directly connected to an input source, you can have one pipe going into that connector here with light oil, one pipe going in here with heavy oil, and this will just take in both of them at essentially the same time, because the connector can sort of bypass the single product limit of a pipe. So that's why I have done that. So this is going to be using heavy oil and light oil. We don't really mind which one it uses first. We don't really need these ones here, but it's fine. It's not the end of the world. It's not going to get any of these components at any point, so it's fine. And that's going to use 36 or 54. And how much do you produce? 30 and 12. So it's not going to get a lot in there. It's only occasionally going to be able to burn enough to not utilize the coal, but hey, that's fine. Am I happy with where that is? We need to get water up and running. So if we pop this in over here, all the way up to level 5, if you don't mind. Bring this here. And then where do we need the water? We need the water for the boilers, don't we? So if we bring this to like here, connect that in there. I believe that's the water source. Yes, it is. Okay. So that should be all we need to get this started. So let's unpause it all. Let's also... let's think about this. Let's unity the... No. Let's not unity this. Do I not have any? I have lots. Oh, but you can't unity groundwater pumps. Of course. In which case, let's unity the coal storage, the smokestack, this and this. We'll do that pipe. We'll do that pipe, that bit, that bit, that bit, that bit, that bit, that bit. Don't have enough to do this one. That's fine. The truck's going to start delivering stuff over there. And then this, we will 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll just direct connect a pipe into there, because that takes 60. And that is our first little diesel production setup up and running. Ooh, exciting. I don't know if it's in a sensible place, but it's relatively contained. We're not using massive, massive pipes. We're not trying to bring in oil from all the way down here with a massive pipe. This oil over here, where are you? There you are. This will become sort of our backup oil, which is just really doing our diesel, our rubber production, and doing a little bit of diesel production. It might even be worth, once that's up and running, turning this one... oh, I haven't got the sour water. Hold on. Hold on. Cargo ship is low on fuel. It's going to be somewhat solved when we actually get this up and running. Until then, we do need trucks bringing fuel up there. We do have these up and running now, don't we? Yes, just double checking. They're all there. One there, one there, one there. There is a truck bringing in some fuel. Maybe I need to give that a little bit more of a boost to get trucks bringing it in. Because obviously it's just a long way for the trucks to come, because they won't take fuel out of the sort of the staging diesel areas. Now it's just construction parts we are low on. Not enough maintenance. Ho, 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 ho. Hold your horses. We explored something. Wonderful. We found some loot. Wonderful. Oh, you're home. That's why you're there. Let's just send you off to there. We are going to need to think about starting to get it some guns at some point, but right now, maintenance is our massive concern. We can upgrade this. Let's just do that. We're going to make this like a super high priority. I now regret using all of these. Okay, so that does have some extra in there. We're just waiting on this to actually build them. No, you're waiting on electronics. Why don't you have electronics? You're waiting on copper. I'm not producing enough copper. Should be producing enough copper. It's because it doesn't have storage, I guess, because I was going to do that in a fancier method somewhere, was I? Okay, well let's so you're going to be coal, you're going to be copper ore. You're going to go in there, you're going to go in there. Don't like that. You're going to go in, what was it F? There we go. And you need to be kept a little bit full, and you need to be kept a little bit full. Okay, can we unity that? We can unity all of that, perfect. We need that up and running, like, nowish. Nowish would be really good. It's the coal that's the shortest. Coal's only over there. Did I build another digger? I did build another digger. I was going to give you to the coal, wasn't I? Let's do that, and let's make sure your mining priority is set to coal. Off. I've definitely been going over an hour now. Our wood storage is also full. We need to set some alerts on this, I guess. Not quite full, but it's pretty full. Let's expand this a bit more. Just unity those, because they should just be using construction parts Mark 1, which we have not a lot of, actually. Fair enough. Location was explored, we got some stuff, hooray, and it's coming back home because it's low on fuel. That's fine. When this gets to about here, we're going to have to start thinking about whether we carry on doing this, or whether we... I don't want to get rid of the maintenance. The maintenance is a problem. You're still waiting. You still don't have electronics. You don't have electronics, so we don't have copper. But we should have copper being made now, though, right? Because we've got these, and these are being told to get full. Oh, this could be a massive problem. This could be a massive, massive problem. This, I don't really want to make it a higher priority. It just needs to be bringing coal in. Maybe I want to make like a coal bucket here. So what are you waiting for at the moment? Because there's a truck there which isn't doing anything. You're just waiting for a truck. Maybe I give this a couple more trucks in the short term at least. And that'll hopefully get coal moving over here. We have had some coal come in, so I'm making a little bit of copper, which is going to be immediately taken over here to make the electronics. It is still making stuff whilst it's being upgraded, which is wonderful, because that could have been a huge problem for us. It is a problem for us. It is a problem for us. Where did you come from with that copper? It didn't seem like you came from over there. Yeah, we're getting a little bit busy with vehicles, but it is what it is. What does it take to make a truck? And we do have enough stuff for that. I could probably just unity it. If I leave that over there and unity the next one. So we've got some copper there now. And where do you keep bringing that copper from? I don't see you coming from over there with it. Do we have copper? Nope. Where do you keep bringing that copper from? I'm going to try and keep a bit of an eye out and see if I can see if there's someone bringing copper from somewhere silly. I don't think there would be, but who knows? Who knows? Do we need more copper? No, we've got plenty of copper ore coming in, so copper ore isn't a problem. I really could do with finishing up. I want this problem. I don't want to. This isn't a future me problem. This is a now me problem. It is not something I want to have to start the next video with. I just want this to get working. We do have copper there now. Could someone please bring some copper over here? If I temporarily make this like a priority 4 and this a priority 4. There we go. He's bringing some copper in and he's taking a nice direct route. Wonderful. I'm going to pause that for the moment, just because I want all the electronics going over here. I don't want any electronics going into this one. There are still some going in to fill up its buffer. I guess that's fine. We are going to need those maintenance parts, of course, though, to build things with, including the upgrading of this. We need excess electronics to make this as well. This is a problem. This is a problem. Can I get electronics pinned over here, please? Thank you. I know they're very low. I just want to keep an eye on it. So once this belt fills up, this should start filling up a bit. And at that point, they'll start taking them over there. Once that's filled with electronics, yeah, we're just not making maintenance fast enough at all. I could just build another maintenance thing in the short term. Does it come under buildings? I mean, where is it? Where's maintenance? Literally no idea. Literally no idea. There it is. So this uses 12 and 6 for 220. Oh, I didn't want to do that. This uses 24 and 12 for 480. So it is a slight improvement. It does use double the workers and double the power. So it's only a slight improvement. We wouldn't lose a lot by just building another maintenance depot instead. So it does now have electronics delivered to it, ready to do the upgrade. So it's just these. Let's unpause this. Well, does it need 30? And you make 6 every 60 seconds, and we're on 3 speeds, so it's going to be 18 every minute. And you need 30, so it's going to be about 2 minutes for that to be done. Okay. Let's just have a little look around. Tree harvesters are just... What's your problem? Nowhere to put trees. Because that's full already. Oh my golly golly gosh. How many maintenance... how many construction parts Mark 1 do I have? A few. I just don't want the harvesters to stop harvesting. I want them to clear everything on this. I want all this space, and then when I've got all that space, I want to go through and look for any humbly bumblies, which I don't really have over this side so much. This all needs to be flattened at some point. Like all of this, that's the only thing really, isn't it? But that is one fairly big area to flatten. I don't think there's anything else down here at all that needs it. Not particularly, no. So this is filled with sand. This just isn't building, so we don't need any more concrete blocks, which is fine. These are being built, so at least the tree harvesters have got somewhere to put their trees for the moment. This has been upgraded. Has it? It has. It doesn't say maintenance depot 2. I'm gonna. I don't know if that's because it was upgraded. It doesn't do that. Ah, because there's a maintenance depot basic and a maintenance depot. I'm going to leave that there because it tells me that it's different. And our maintenance is now ticking up. So I think that crisis has been averted. In which case I'm going to put these back down to 10 because I don't want trucks focusing on that more than maybe some other things that are more necessary. This looks like it is going. We don't have any coal stored in there, however. But we do now have 3 diggers digging purely coal, which is excellent. And the trucks have finished over here. So if we just come over here a second. Ocean access blocked. Yeah, that one is just a little bit too close, isn't it? If you look at... So you can see this one, this green area here. So they have a few ways they can take routes out, I believe. They can either go side, the other side, or straight forward. It can't go to the side because this bit of land's blocking it. It can't go to the side because this is blocking it. And its straightforward route overlaps ever so slightly with this. So I think we're going to have to remake that at some point. Like down here. So the last thing I'm going to do before I give myself a massive coughing fit is this. And once they finish dumping there, we'll consider moving this down here. Oh, you've ran out of your little mining area, that's fine. There you go. That should keep you busy now, shouldn't it? You're being told to focus on copper? Yes, but you're digging up dirt anyway. Whatever. You do you, my friend. You do you. Maintenance is going up. That's the main thing now. That's the main thing. Couldn't be running out of maintenance. You have nowhere to dump that because that is told to keep empty and you can't put anything in there. And it's not the end of the world. I'm trying to think what I've done previously. I think you need more storages. How do I get rid of this route? Right click it. So this one is going to take sand and trucks can deliver there. This one, trucks cannot import cargo but they can export, and they've been told to keep that empty. I think that's how you want that set up, I think. There are quite advanced logisticy things you can do in the game to make these things work. That's completely full of wood. What is it that needs wood? It's construction parts Mark 1, isn't it? Might just start like a new wood store, like all the way down here. But you know what? That's a problem for next time. That's not an hour problem. That definitely is a next time problem. I've been going for definitely over an hour now. We've just researched storage Mark 2, which is nice. Means we can build bigger storages, which is never a bad thing. Cool. Well, I'm going to finish up there then. I think that's been quite a productive video with an almost catastrophic ending of not having any maintenance parts, but we got past it. We now have proper power generation up and running, which is awesome. So we're no longer relying on burning diesel to do that, which is why our diesel's looking a bit healthier. Not incredibly healthy, but a lot more healthy than it was. I think this is the right setup in terms of the number of flywheels and stuff, but do feel free to correct me if you know any better. I have seen a couple of people saying that I've helped them out quite a lot when they've been trying to get started with the game. Again, apologies for not getting back to you. I think I saw someone on the Discord and someone on YouTube as well. I'm glad I can help you out. I'm by far not an expert at this game, as you can tell. But I know enough to sort of fiddle my way through, at least for now, until we get to the sort of later game stuff, in which case I'll be panicking a lot. But yeah, I'm glad it's helpful to people to have someone who's sort of slightly knowledgeable, but hopefully entertaining enough to fumble his way through, which keeps everyone interested. Because if you want to watch someone who's good at the game, that ain't me. I know enough to not be completely terrible. The ore sorter is full because of blocked output. Ah, that's interesting. So because the dirt is full and it has dirt in the sorter, it now doesn't have enough capacity to take in a full load of things should it need it. That's interesting. So maybe we need to start thinking about actually getting new ore sorters up and running then. Maybe that's something we'll do next time. We've got no housing free. People have been breeding, which I guess is good, but it is also a problem for us. We're going to have the food market 2 soon. So maybe we'll put like a food market 2 here. And get rid of all this, because we won't need 2 of those then. I was going to look at stuff, I'm not going to bother. Anyway, I'm going to finish that there. So we have reduced our reliance on diesel. We have got sand coming in to do concrete block manufacturing, which we're not using very fast, but that's absolutely fine. We've got an oil rig and a cargo ship up and running. We've done our first batch almost of diesel, although we are waiting on construction parts to do that, but that is almost up and running, so that's fine. I guess that's not running yet because it's got nowhere to put the steam, is it? Yeah, it just hasn't got anywhere to put the steam, obviously, but that's absolutely fine. It says not enough maintenance again. Why has my production gone right down on maintenance? Because I'm not getting the electronic parts in still, because I'm not getting the copper in, but we've got plenty of copper there. I am going to have to make this a higher priority. Let's put both of these on 6 and leave it there. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. I've gone on for way too long, way too long. It's also quite late on a Friday night at this point, so I do need to get to bed, which is not something that like 20-year-old me would think about saying, but when you've got a 5-year-old who wakes up at 7 in the morning, it's a different world, isn't it? It's a different world. Your output is full of exhaust. Why? And you're full of slag. Because the slag bucket's full. Because you've been told to empty it. But you won't go and put it over here because this is full. Nope. Nope. Because this is full, which is fine. But then you should be dumping it. So why aren't you dumping the slag? Because they've all been told they can dump slag. I don't know why that isn't being emptied. It could just be that our trucks are super busy, because our trucks are super busy. And I also did see that there is that problem there as well. Okay, I'm going to slow it down, because there are now a few problems for future me to deal with. Maintenance is still an issue. Hopefully by upping the priority on those, that will solve that. That one is taking some copper over now. I don't know why that slag isn't being dumped. I don't get that. We do have places to dump things. No, that's finished. Oh, hold on. Is that what it is? No, you have places to dump things. Go dump over here. Dump slag there. That's why we have dumping locations. Why are you not dumping? Dump the slag. Any idea why that's happening? Do let me know. I wonder if it's because there is somewhere for it to put the slag into store. Like, I wonder if I set an export route up to a mining tower, it would start putting the slag in the dumping location. I think this is finished digging up over there, which is what that other one's about. Anyway, really need to stop now. Hope you've enjoyed this. As always, I absolutely bloody love Captain of Industry. It's one of my favourite games of recent years, I would say. It's so much fun. Thoroughly enjoy it. Love every minute. Hope you're enjoying it too. If you are enjoying it, of course, hit the like button, comment, subscribe, all those good things. Streaming will be happening at some point in the near future. You're dumping slag. So they are going off to dump slag. It's just that there's just not enough slag being picked up for it to do it very fast. We just need some more trucks on that. We just need more trucks. That's what we need. That's a first thing for us to do next time. Yeah, streaming will be back at some point, hopefully this month. Keep an eye on my socials and whatever to see when that's coming. I say socials. What I mean by that is the Discord, because I don't use the Facebook page. I don't use Twitter anymore, particularly. So yeah, join the Discord, or just keep an eye for the schedule on YouTube for when that pops up. Yeah, I kind of lost. I've been on holiday. I'm tired. I've lost where I'm rambling about. Tell you what, I'll just see you next time on Captain of Industry. All right. And as always, thank you very much for joining me.